CSC is a joy-based company and that the apprenticeship program is a joy-based program. It is a pre-professional program that trains actors to be able not only to work within Shakespeare, but within theater companies at large.
I think one of the things that makes our program stand out is the way that we have a non-siloed approach to what we do. We have a number of companies with us this summer, our professional company, our early career CSC2 company, and our apprentice company, and we have some formal and informal ways for those companies to overlap.
We find that community is a unifying force that allows people to open up and explore and learn from each other, and allowing them to throw comparison out the window and find joy in working with the text and with each other.
So the fact that this has been very much focused on joy-based and personal growth has been really good for me, and I've been able to make discoveries and grow on my own more than I probably ever have in a short period of time.
They have been so welcoming and so joyful, so this is not so different from what I'm used to. I can be myself.
Any accommodations you might have, they will jump to make sure they can get that to you, 110%. I've gotten my script reprinted for a font for my dyslexia.
Everybody's in a different point in their career, whether it's early career, whether it's they've been doing it for a couple of years. And it's always really interesting to hear how they're thinking about being actors and being artists.
And my noble uncle, I beseech your grace, look on my wrongs with an indifferent eye.
So you're seeing actors in lots of stages of development, and you get a glimpse of the next couple of pathways that you might be able to take.
It's also a time to find out who they are as an artist. That may involve a lot of emotions, that may involve a lot of different things for different people, and we really try to get to know everybody individually so that we can make this the best summer for their art and for them as an artist.
To be or not to be?
Shakespeare is one of those foundational skills that's really, really helpful and really essential for every performer. I always like to say if you can do Shakespeare, especially from a text perspective, you can kind of tackle anything because it's some of the most challenging and nuanced text that there is.
I give my jewels for a set of these.
There you go.
I've read Shakespeare casually before, but I've never worked on it as an actor. The text analysis was a huge thing for me. Our teacher, Bryn Boyce, presenting the idea that assume everything is in standard iambic until proven otherwise.
I got to know more plays and actually understand it. Like The Noble Kinsman, I didn't know that existed. It made me appreciate even more Shakespeare work and how they did things.
So the apprentices will come in and they'll usually have voice class in the morning. So when we're really up and running, they'll have voice class for a couple of hours. They'll do some Linklater work in the voice classes.
We have our CSC2 cohort, which is student, recent graduate, and early professional, early career actors, possibly having been apprentices previously themselves, auditioning for shows that will run in the springtime and then function as coaches here for our apprentices over the summer. They also bridge the gap into Shakespeare on the Common, playing the smaller roles in our show.
I freaking love my coach. My monologue coach was incredible and instinctively knew the things I needed to work on.
And how about we? Affections, desires for sport, and frailty as men have?
I am somebody who's petrified of auditioning with monologues. After that monologue recital, I feel like I could have gotten up there and done 7 more monologues.
Being an understudy for Winterstall has been really fantastic. We had one download session so far where he basically ran us through the entire show in 90 minutes, which was crazy we got that much done so fast.
Fight and intimacy choreography is important because it creates a culture that allows people to create consent within a room, create boundaries within a room, and create tools that are mutual language for people to be able to have agency within what happens within their own bodies and when their bodies are in relationship with other people. I do a foundational workshop with the apprentices to be able to establish continuous consent within the room. We need to make sure that we're also not only taking care of each other in relationship, but also taking care of ourselves.
One lesson that we learned is no is a full sentence. I think that kind of threw me off, and it was funny because I didn't realize how much I don't just say no.
I have a happy body. Go ahead. bigger, please. Go ahead.
We had a great clowning workshop with Matthew Brettschneider.
He really approached clowning as this idea of like getting in touch with sort of your rawest, most unrestrained inner emotions, whether those be super painful or super joyful.
It was an instant reminder that we're allowed to let go and sort of have like these over-the-top emotions on stage and have these over-the-top reactions to very mundane things.
It adds a lot of confidence that I feel like I might have lost over the years.
So I do 2 workshops that are basically part 1 and part 2. We've called it the Artist Survival Kit, and it really is when somebody gets off of their path as an artist.
And he also talked about looking at yourself like as a business, and that was super helpful to kind of be like, oh, where do I actually, like, what do I actually bring to a rehearsal room that's going to be employable?
You can do lots of things within this industry while also doing the artistic part and paying your bills, which is very important. In the second half of the program, a huge part of the day is our audience ambassador program on the Common. So our apprentices are doing some front of house style work on the Common and helping our audiences out there.
And getting into this program has reminded me that there are people like me. And this program is a great way to tell people, yeah, this is what you're meant to do. Like, your weird is my weird.
The best piece of advice I would give to someone who's considering joining the Apprentice program is just to apply. We are here to make Shakespeare accessible, not only to our apprentices here, but also to the Boston theater community and Boston cultural community at large.
Be brave, be bold, and go big.
Nobody has to come in here being absolutely 100% perfect.
You are always learning. Everyone in this company, whether it's the apprentices, whether it's our equity company on the Common, there is something to be learned by new people in the room.
I think my favorite thing about the Apprentice program is just watching students' growth over the 8 weeks. A lot of folks come in here with this being their first experience with a professional company, or even just a new experience with a professional company, and you can really see a moment during the summer where their individual self-confidence starts to grow and they start to really believe in themselves as an artist and their capacity to do this or be in the arts as a long-term career.